Hi. Well, it is Wednesday here in Australia. It's hump day. And I'd like to say something about that. I think that if you have this mindset that you have to get over a hump every single week, week in, week out, all year long, what kind of mindset are you creating by celebrating the fact that you're getting over such a steep hill every week? It puts in this idea that you are not the creator. You are at effect in your life, and you are just dealing with and putting up with the circumstances in your experience. So I would suggest, as a language change, that rather than calling it hump day, we call it another beautiful Wednesday. Same with Mondays, the Monday blues, the same thing. It's a complete frequency we emit when we speak this way about our working week. So if you are in a 9-to-5 job, I would encourage you to become more conscious of the words you use, the choice of words you use when you're describing each day of the week, so that you can become more at cause and more in the driver's seat of your life experience, and start to manifest and create what you do want to experience, rather than just dealing with your lot in life, so to speak. So having said that, today I want to talk about the hero's journey is basically our everyday mundane life that we experience every day, day in, day out. It's not some Hollywood climactic event that we're waiting for, that we're building up the crescendo to experience and we'll be triumphant and come out the other side. No, the hero's journey, the experience of life is the everyday little things that create the whole picture. The devil is in the details. So the little irritations, the triggers, the little challenges, the everyday problems, these are our tests. These are what are shining us up into becoming the hero in the end. And the quest is, of course, spiritual liberation, to be one with source, with the divine, and to be in unity, and no longer in separation, fear, pain, illusion. So I think it's a nice reminder to remember that it is in fact the little things in your day that are your tools for growth on your spiritual journey. We're not waiting for some big thing to happen for us. It is usually a beautiful, gradual process for most of us. There's many people who have amazing, life-changing moments and that change their trajectory in their life. But a lot of us are looking for those, expecting to find those, wondering why we aren't getting those in our lives. But we actually are, and they're in the little things, the more subtle things. So you might wake up in the morning feeling cranky. There's your first test. Surrender to the divine in that moment. Remember who you really are. Then you might go to eat something and find that you've run out of milk and get cranky again, get triggered. Well, there's your next test of the day. Surrender that. Let go of that egoic reaction. Let go of the attachment and the identity you have with yourself and your things around you and what you expect in your everyday life. Let go of all of these attachments. So this is really just a little reminder. The hero's journey. The hero's journey, Joseph Campbell coined the term the hero's journey, and he came up with this idea, which very much relates to a perfect description of our experience as humans. And this is also, I've done a video about this. This is the perfect formula and plot story for any good Hollywood movie, any good adventure story. But we have this little hero's journey in each day. I'm sure on a macro level, if we looked at our whole life at the end of our life, we would see the hero's journey. And what I'm talking about is you start off in an ordinary world, then you move to a call to adventure. You know that there's a reason you're here, and you go out into the world and find that reason, and then you realize it's going to be hard and you almost want to give up and you refuse that call. And then, of course, you meet a mentor, or you meet a spiritual guide, or you meet some leader or person you look up to in your life. It could be online, it could be in real life. And then you cross that first threshold. The first threshold is the first challenge. You feel triumphant after that first challenge, using the resources you've gained up to that point with your mentor and your life experience. And then, of course, there's more tests and allies and enemies that you encounter in the journey. And then you move to the innermost cave. And this is where we really get to that dark night of the soul, where we really look within and see all of the demons have been within the whole time. Of course, then we go to that final, that big ordeal, that huge climax that's in the Hollywood movies, that final crazy moment where you're like, am I going to make it? Am I going to pull all of the resources and all of the knowledge and all of the experience I've gathered up to this point in my adventure, in my journey, and I'm going to triumph over this final ordeal? And then we move to the road that takes us back on our journey home, back to where we started, hoping for that ordinary world, but we'll be a changed person. Of course, this is that time where we were resurrected into a new way of being, having all of that experience behind us now, and all of that triumph behind us, and all of this new tool set with us. And then we return with the elixir. So the elixir represents all of this learning and wisdom in the form of an elixir that you now have on you, that you can take back to your ordinary world. So this, in a nutshell, is the hero's journey. And this is what we use in the Hollywood plots to create engagement with an audience. And this is also what we're told on the spiritual journey, is how we're going to experience it. So we then liken this to the Hollywood movies we've grown up with. And we think that we're going to wait for some crazy ordeal, some huge threshold we're going to cross, some huge mentor that's going to come in our lives. But it's not like that. It's often not like that. Okay, there's the occasional person that has this crazy lifestyle that is so momentous, like a movie, but everyday little things in our lives are our hero's journey. The little irritations are our little ordeals and our challenges and our tests, and we begin to meet our allies and our enemies and along the way. And we bring all of these resources. Every day we gather more and more wisdom and learning and resources with us to our toolbox belt, and continue on that journey until we will finish our quest one day. We will indeed, but don't miss all the details. It is the little things in our day that is creating this experience, that is creating an evolution of our soul as we journey through to the end of this one three-dimensional experience. So cherish the little tests, cherish the little triggers, cherish the challenges and the problems, because these are shining you up like a diamond to finish as a hero. So I hope this video has been inspiring. Remember, every little moment and every day is important. So keep surrendering to the divine, and you'll keep being led through the hero's journey. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and have a beautiful day. See ya.